okay? Do you need some air? Do you need
drunk.
Do you need a drink of water?
Huh?
Do you need a drink of water? Do you need some oxygen? Are you?
I think the tea was spiked.
Well, you'll find out in about an hour. So good luck with that.
It takes that long to get drunk.
I don't know. I don't know how this stuff works, dude. I'm not an expert. Ask Bill Cosby, okay? Not me. Hey guys, welcome to the Tech Gaming Podcast, episode 11. I'm Brian Swan, aka athemocracy. Joined today.
Wait, you pressed the recording button already?
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Bullshit.
Joined today with
Prove it.
Canine Biscuits, aka Mark Warren. Guys, today
we're shit, you did.
Talk about, yeah, I
Leave
did.
that in.
I will. I was going to keep going. But today, we'll talk about kart racing. You know, we've it's been literally 3 years since we've had a full kart racing debate. Talking about
4 years, really?
3 years.
3 years.
Because
okay.
of course we started the Tech Gaming Podcast and DGN with a kart racing debate of what the best kart racer was, and we just kind of had this fluid discussion of whatever the best kart racer was and what our thoughts were on particular kart racers overall, and it kind of got misinformed and Santa Claus got involved somehow. But now we're here and we actually have a little more knowledge and a much better way of presenting data.
We play most of the mainstream ones now.
And we have a lot more to base ourselves on overall.
It's just this time it's just me and Brian. Well, if you're wondering what are we even talking about? There's an old video on our old channel called DGN.
It's on this channel. It's on Tech Gaming Podcast. For episode 1 is on this channel.
It is?
Not Athemocracy, but Tech Gaming Podcast.
The old kart racing video?
The original episode 1.
Oh, you put it
Just go to episode 1, guys. You'll see it. I'll put a little card in.
Oh, you put it there?
I put it there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it was an old video. I think about 5 or 6 people were in it. People that we probably wouldn't be able to network to and meet up.
It was Brian. It was Brian, Kevin, Soul. We can get in contact with
that dude is. Do you still have contact with him or?
I have his. Okay, here. This is a mess on my part. I do email him. He does respond. I keep forgetting to email him back. So that's my fault right there.
Right.
I'll do so sometime later in the future.
Cool.
I gotta remember.
But it was Brian, Soul, Brian Roberts. No, it wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
It was Phillips. Phillips was in there.
It was Brian, Phillips, Kevin, and Soul. That was it.
Okay. Yeah. And myself, but and you.
Yeah.
And
of course I was editing it.
And we went around, talked about. I think the key racers that we went around talking about. We went back and forth. It wasn't really kart racing. There were times we talked about arcade racers. We talked about Gran Turismo.
We kind of just talk. The main focus was arcade racers. We're kind of comparing them a little bit.
Right, and looking at it now after 3 years and just letting this settle and actually having a new installment, because back in 2013 we didn't have Mario Kart 8, and we didn't have it wasn't even announced then, right? I mean,
we barely played
7. We
barely played Mod Nation back then.
We barely played Mod Nation,
and we didn't experience Little Big Planet Racing.
And we barely got into Transform. Well, we had Transform, but we
got into Transform.
Yeah, we had some pretty good knowledge on.
Because we were hyped over when we were talking about Afterburner.
Yeah. And I still think So let's jump in, right? Best kart racer right now. What do you think?
Honestly, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed me.
Yeah, same here.
It's still my favorite. It still does a lot of things right. Huh?
Yeah, not same here actually. It's close for me, and I used to I was heavy on the fence. I was the guy. You used to say Mario Kart 8 was the better one for a while, and then it was Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed that. The cool thing about Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed, what made it so good was that it was so much better than the original. They had gone so much further than their original base, while also adding so much more that beat out a lot of other kart racers, and having a huge multiplayer sandbox of opportunities to do other things. And I think that really kind of blows the lid off of other kart racers in the genre. Why I like Mario Kart 8, I can't really say. I think it's a head-to-head race. It depends, because Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed does some things that are fantastic, and I think Mario Kart 8, what I would say is, when Mario Kart 8 launched, I would not have given it a win. Not at all. Even the first year, I wouldn't have given it a win. But when Link was added, and more cars were added, and more tracks were added, and the 200cc mode was added, I think that gave it a lot more momentum. It gave you more of a reason to buy it. I think that, it doesn't equal out to the multiplayer modes that Sonic and All-Star Racing Transform has, but it definitely does give you that idea of Mario Kart is adding new stuff. It's doing a great job in keeping itself relevant because it's adding all this stuff, and so I wouldn't say it. I think I'm on, for the first time I'm actually on the fence between Mario Kart 8 and Sonic and All-Star Racing Transformed. I can't give a definitive okay.
I have my reasoning, since I own both games, I have my reasoning for liking Sonic and All-Star Racing Transform more.
Right.
That's just called Sonic Transform. Mario Kart 8, differently, I thought, I was excited for this. I thought, if this was, a win from the beginning, because I was a fan of the Mario Kart series as a whole. It is the first installment to be HD.
And it took a while.
Yeah, I played, around that time I didn't play much of 7, I played a little bit, and, the new mechanics of hang gliding and driving underwater didn't really add much. They didn't really do, from what I played, they didn't really do much with it.
Right.
It was still an okay game, just it wasn't that great. What was the thing about 7 was, it seems they, now you have 4 elements, and, from the looks of it, the stages look beautiful, and they seem to be doing, a lot more with it. On top of that, the retro tracks look fantastic. It's also that nostalgia card that sells it as well. Especially with all the newer Mario Karts, everyone wants to see those newer stages in HD, similar to Sonic Generations.
Right.
How they brought you see all those older stages and return to form in HD.
Right.
That's how everyone was I was excited for Mario Kart 8 around that time, and it was when it came out, it was still a great game. The mechanics is perfectly polished.
As expected.
The carts are balanced. The mixing and matching of the parts between the cart, the wheels, and the hang gliding. It's not much customization, but it's still good enough for Mario Kart.
It expands a little bit over 7, just slightly.
Yeah, it's still good enough for Mario Kart.
Right.
Because it's simplistic and it's fine. The control and handling is still pretty good, especially for having 4 elements. It's almost a complete game, except for the battling. The battle mode
that's the hang up,
was
right?
turned to shit. Yeah.
I don't know where the. What's weird is there's a couple things that are weird about this, right? Mario Kart 8, the battle mode idea, or the idea of a battle mode being on racetracks, I guess was a left field idea, and just let's go this way and shift it a little more, do something new. Obviously, it turned out awful. What I didn't understand was why didn't they have a DLC update where they actually added?
That's what everybody was hoping for, but they never did that. They could have easily done that, or just shorten the areas to make it seem like a battle mode, but they never did for some reason. And the thing is, I can get it experimental. I mean, I guess on a paper, the concept seems it seems fine to experiment with, but
right.
While you're doing that, at least have the other battle arenas there, because that's what some of the past games did. I know the Mario Kart Wii did that. They had some past tracks. Same thing with I think with DS, they had some returning tracks from Double Dash. I think some of the older ones. This one has no Mario Kart 8 has no returning battle mode tracks. And that's weird, because they have you bring back returning tracks, but you don't bring back returning battle tracks. It seems like they obviously put a lot more emphasis on the racing, but it seems like this game really had a short budget, because there's not much to do in terms of single player.
I wouldn't say it has a short but when you look at the launch lineup, the launch game that when it launched, I think that you can definitely say it was it looked like there was a lot less to do in Mario Kart than ever before. What I want to go back to, though, is, as we're talking about right now, Mario Kart 8 evolved Mario Kart from Mario Kart 7, which was already a really good Mario Kart. It evolved over from that game. The thing that Sonic and All-Star Racing Transformed did was that you can't ignore is that it revolutionized karting overall. It took elements from
Diddy Kong.
It took elements from Diddy Kong Racing with the flight and with the water elements.
And apparently, like a lot of people were complaining it was like ripping off the success of Mario Kart 7, but
it was developed at the same. They were developed.
The developers were saying it was developed at the same time. Which
you can't really.
It doesn't really. Which it's not. It doesn't really matter because what matters is it's a good game.
Right. I think that there are some issues when you gameplay wise. I think that the controls are solid. I think there are moments where the controls do falter at times, but overall, this game is still really good. You have moments where I know every time I fly through, we always talk about Afterburner, but Afterburner is just that clean-cut example of you go through that track, it blows your mind. There's no kart racer yet that's really overtaken my feeling of, oh shit, going first player, one player only, looking at the world around you while you're flying in whatever kart you're in. It blows your mind. It looks beautiful. The world looks so expansive and wide out there, and something about that game really pushed on the technology that kart racers had been set to. Like, kart racers usually were just kind of in a particular small setting, and Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed really pushed that further. Of course, they had Rainbow Road, sort of a copycat where the space map, but there were many tracks where
Ages.
Yeah, there were many tracks where they took a different direction, and they did a solid take on that direction and made it their own, and they stuck it to their own, and they made a game that I really hope they gets a sequel. But I don't know.
Going back to Mario Kart 8 real quick.
Yeah.
It did not really seemed like the budget the budget was short on for content. It seemed like all the budget was put into the look of the game, which does look gorgeous.
Oh.
It's one of the best looking games on the Wii U, I'd say.
Right.
It's not much to do in terms of single player content. It's a lot of people were expecting a return of the mission mode, and just something more to do because mission mode on a DS was one of the best mode in Mario Kart history. It's you do all these missions and you fight bosses, which is really cool. A lot of people were then waiting for that to come back. Mario Kart Wii sort of did something similar with the Mario Kart. It didn't really do it, yeah.
Right.
Mario Kart. It still wasn't brought back either. Just not much to do, content wise in general. You go to Sonic and Sega All Stars Racing. The reason I like that game more because there's a lot more to do. It's so much more. There's so much more to do. Another thing I like about Sonic Sega All Stars Racing, the graphics are really good. Mario Kart 8, and graphically looks better, but in terms of I get more of a exciting feeling from the look of Transform. Yes. Because the thing I like about Transformed races over Mario Kart 8 races is my favorite races in Mario Kart 8 my favorite stage in Mario Kart 8 is one of them is Rainbow Road and actually my favorite stage is Mount Wario.
Okay.
Mount Wario is it's a snow level and it's in sections. So there's you go through a different thing each lap.
Yeah.
Sonic Sega All Stars Racing Transform does it does that except with mostly almost all their stages. You do something different each lap and the race feels more adventurous.
Yeah, there's a life to every single track in Sonic and All Stars Transformed.
It's like it's a lot. It's much more. There's much more of a life. Cause I'd say like, Mario Kart 8 is much more polished, polished gameplay. It's much more competitive. It's much more competitive.
That's where it wins, gameplay wise.
But like Sonic 6 also transform. For me it's a much funner experience because it changes up.
Right.
There's so much to do in terms of single player, and like you can
always add someone in. You can
add up to 4 people in single player mode.
Yeah, that's what's great. There's no like limitations to the multiplayer, at least the majority of the time. There's no Sonic. You continue to build off the Sonic and Knuckles Racing Transformed, but I think it's been so long since I've played that game that maybe I had to look at both Mario Kart 8 and Sonic and Knuckles Racing Transformed in a way in which put them both equally at a level and then start to build on what actually made that game great, what made this game great. And again, mechanic-wise, there's nothing really that can beat Mario Kart yet. I mean, Sonic tries to come close, but Mario Kart really does a good job in terms of when it comes to mechanics, that sort of thing. When it comes to gameplay, controlling that kart, it just feels so pure. Going around corners, drift, it feels nice, it feels pure, it feels natural.
I said mechanically wise, it's not too hard to beat Mario Kart Wii.
Well, not Wii, because Wii is... sorry, Mario Kart 8, let me get that right. But overall, Sonic and Knuckles Racing Transformed wins on many other sections. One of the things that Mario Kart, I keep going back and forth, wins on is its roster of well-known characters. I think not many people know Alex Kidd, not many people know...
Yeah,
that was the one thing that...
That's another thing with Mario Kart 8, that was a little bit, like, it was a very disappointing to fans. Like, the older games had a more iconic roster. For some reason, they kept
cutting back.
This and 8, they just cut back, like, a lot of the slots were just filled with Koopalings, some generic characters, and some stupidly made up characters like Baby Rosaline and Pink Gold Peach. Like, a lot of people were, like, hoping for, like, other characters like EGAD or, like, some of the recorded characters like like Boo or like Funky Kong or something. It's like it was just really shortcoming on characters, like, surprisingly.
Right.
But the DLC did add more to this. Like they
Link, of course.
Link.
Yoshi, colorful Yoshis.
I wouldn't even count that. But like Link and Villager.
Yeah. The roster of well-known characters from Nintendo really kind of... It depends on who you are as a person, which is why I said, Sonic versus Mario both do things very different, like, not very differently, but both have wins in particular areas for different people. Like, if you're a huge Nintendo fan, you're going to love the fact that you can play as Link in Mario Kart, which I think is still crazy. But, again, I think that there's nothing really that beats the idea or the feeling that Sonic and Knuckles Racing Transformed has brought to the table, because Diddy Kong Racing did something back then where it's like you can choose your vehicle, but when you whenever you're on a track and that track changes dramatically from what you originally perceived it to be, and your car changes while the track is also changing, so you also have to adjust to that, whether you're flying or whether you're in a boat. You're adjusting the experience, and it's a really good experience. There's nothing really that's really a negative toward that. It really just grows the game itself. It grows your replayability of it, and you feel really comfortable with Sonic and Knuckles Racing Transformed overall. But I think that both of us really would give, right now at least, in the summer of 2016, I think that, if you pick up one of the other things that really, and this is not Sonic Transformed is everywhere. I think you can get it on iOS. Actually, you can get it on iOS and Android. You can get it on PS Vita. It's like on every single platform you can think of. It's literally on every single platform that you can think of, which really grows this game's popularity and makes it
even on the Vita.
And even on the Vita, which
and nothing goes on the Vita.
And literally nothing goes on the Vita. So like, right now, I mean. Yeah, I would give it Sonic and All-Star Racing Transformed. Also another thing is like Mario Kart 8 doesn't really do anything unique with the Wheel?
gamepad, the gamepad.
Oh.
Because like, that's like.
It's a map.
It's just the same function as the DS, which kind of look for something new. And like the thing is, Sonic Racing Transform actually does something unique with the gamepad.
Really?
Where like you can actually look behind you.
Oh wow.
With the gamepad and like while you facing front and like it lets you know when there's items coming near and stuff. Also, there's five player multiplayer on Racing Transform on the Wii U. There's only you can only play the.
So it doesn't even utilize the full gamepad plus 4. That's
Mario Kart 8 doesn't. I expected 5 players for Mario Kart 8 because it's a
Nintendo IP.
Yeah.
And
they're they like a lot of their games are trying to establish so you can have more than 4 players. We're breaking the boundaries.
Right.
5 players now. Like
That blows my mind. The idea that, and we've talked about this a while like throughout, but the shortcomings of Wii U, the shortcomings of some of the Nintendo IP of using the gamepad have really affected the Wii U's life cycle and the favoritism toward the gamepad. And if there were options out there, people would actually prefer the gamepad and like it. It's just that they didn't use it.
There could be excuses to this, like they couldn't like the engine couldn't handle it, or like the frame rate would go to crap if there was 5 players, because the frame rate does go to crap at some point when you play 5 players in All-Stars Racing Transforms.
Oh really?
I mean, it's not too bad, but it's like
Right. Okay.
Forgot what I was about to say.
But overall, I think we give it, because I want to move on a little bit, but
darn it! I'll bring it up.
We'll bring it up later. But right now, guys, go out, buy it. I think it's actually cheap now. You can get it for $16, $17 at GameStop. At this point, it used to be like
I remember.
It used to be $20, $30. Go ahead. And
the thing they don't have an excuse for is like when you're playing multiplayer, no one can use the gamepad as their own screen.
For Mario Kart?
For Mario Kart 8, no.
Oh.
If you remember, like the gamepad just shows what's on the TV.
Oh yeah.
So like you can't like you're just having a normal 2-player game, right? So like you expect like okay, you have the option to have one player showing the gamepad, one player showing the TV. You can have your screens to yourself. Kind of the gimmick of the Wii U. No, you can't.
I don't understand.
It's just like you're seeing split screen on TV. You're seeing split screen on the Wii U gamepad. I don't know why they did that. That's annoying. Even if like player 1 is just using the gamepad.
It shouldn't be that much of a hindrance, right?
Yeah.
That's an odd.
I thought DLC's probably fixed that, but like they didn't really. DLC added some cool stuff. It just didn't do much.
Right. I think when you look
and as expected. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think when you look at the game, the sort of replayability of a particular game, you look at the amount of content in this game, the item leveling system in particular. I think that one thing that I forget about Transformers is the item leveling system, which of course is taken from many other games. Still, it's something that we haven't seen from Mario Kart, and we hadn't seen from many other kart racers, except for Mod Nation Racers. But we hadn't seen many other kart racers. The 3-tier item leveling system. Sonic doesn't do that, does it?
It doesn't do that. You're thinking of Mod Nation Racers.
I'm thinking Mod Nation. God, I was about to say.
I'm
sorry. I'm trying to shift over. And
what you can do is like with the items and Sonic Sega Race Transforms, you can like press one of the buttons and just save it for later.
Right.
And then get another item and use that one, or just switch.
You
can
around. Save it, and that's one key feature that really does give. It makes it. It's really smart, and I love that feature. But item leveling, the lineup of characters and the track, like I said before, whether Afterburner or whatever other track you're looking at, your mind will be blown. I think that one of the difficulties with Mario Kart is that unless you're on Rainbow Road or you're on that airport track, none of them really expand on like a wide scale world. There's not many that really go that far into. Most of them are like compressed little zones where you're racing and that's it. Whereas in Sonic,
Mount Wario does. So like some
do, but
for the stage, not like again, which me like you already mean, but like a lot of stages do that. Some stages only few stages do that though.
Yeah. However, on Transformed, you get the sense of a vast world. You get a sense of, oh wow, while you actually can't go all that far, you still get what looks like far out distances of okay, this is all a part of the universe that I'm in while I'm racing, and it really gives a much more grounded and expanded world. Overall, though, like after,
Well, like
you know,
I will say like Mario Kart compared to Sonic Sega All Stars Racing Transform, like Mario Kart 8 has it's like more easy to pick up and play.
Mario Kart.
8 is more easy to pick up and play. It's more casual. You can like All Stars Racing Transformers isn't that hard, but it's like it. I mean, it does have a little. It does have a little bit of a learning curve to what it does because the flight and the boat do control differently.
Right.
Because with the gliding, it's just you're just like
of course
you're just going slowly in the air. Driving underwater, you're just still driving, but you're underwater. You just have dealing with underwater physics and like
you're talking about Mario Kart 8 now.
Yeah, and like with the with driving on the walls, it's driving on the walls.
Right.
It doesn't really feel different unless you like look at it from a visual standpoint. But like it's like yeah, that's all it is.
Right. I think that when it comes to I think Transformed actually I played it because I had it on iOS. I had it on an iPod. And I think that it still did a pretty solid job of because my sister played it as well, and she's pretty young, and it wasn't that difficult for anyone to really jump.
I know it's not that difficult. I'm just saying it's a little bit easier to pick up
for Mario Kart, right? It makes
it all depends on preference, but like and generalization.
Right. I think that both offer pretty simple ways to jump in, but of course Mario Kart's more simplistic, down to earth, without crazy up in the air. Down. I think that the easier use of it does make it a more simplistic way to go. When we talk about car racers right now, I mean, we've talked about the future of car racing over and over again.
Coming after Sonic Generations and Sonic Colors, Sonic Lost World is a game that once again tries to add a new type of gameplay style to the franchise. Which is pretty weird considering you'd assume Sega wouldn't try this sort of thing with success of Generations, Colors, and even a little bit of Sonic 4. So you'd assume the only type of gameplay style you see is boost power or just classic style. But no, they're apparently not afraid to take risks and be experimental with Sonic, even with the type of reputation he has beyond its fan base. Now, my first impression for this game, I was a bit high. It was such a drastic change in gameplay style. I mean, it did come after Sonic Colors and Sonic Generations, so I did have high hopes because those were some of the best Sonic games ever. So does it live up to those expectations? Nope. No, it does not. But I'll explain that on the way, because right now, it's game time!
I just want to bring it up one last time before NX comes out. This is the final time that we bring up this conversation. We've done this multiple times. We had a small conversation about it on my channel, but we're looking at NX coming out at the beginning of next year. Looking at March 2017, and we're probably gonna have some announcement within the next 3 months of what it looks like, what games are gonna be on it, and. Let's talk about. I know we've talked about Mario Kart 9, but again, we're just gonna shoot through some points. We don't have to go 15-minute conversation. If there's any new thoughts on what you think the world will be, I still think that we're going into Mod Nation Racers territory where we have a sort of a Mario Maker for Mario Kart, just like Mod Nation Racers. You can create your own worlds. I think Mario Maker is a shining example of how much money Nintendo can make when you allow for custom creation of a world, and it just seems like the seamless way that Nintendo will just try and cash grab Mario Kart into the next generation.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't tried a cart builder, like a cart maker as of yet. Like, I'm guessing like that wasn't really the focus. Like, I know that wasn't really the focus of Mario Kart 8. It was just like competitive gaming, because like what was really the focus of Mario Kart 8 as a whole, like Mario Kart in HD, hasn't really been done before.
Right.
But like you got it now, and like
And now it's
I'm satisfied with that.
What's
like,
next? Yeah.
Yeah, like with like Mario Kart 9, I would expect a lot more from it.
Exactly. We talked about, of course, all the things that you guys expected from Mario Kart 8. I think that we look at the idea of missions returning, right? I think that there's a bucket list of things that they need to bring back for this next generation of Mario Kart, for this next console. That would be shining examples of why you need to go out and buy this console, why this game requires you to get an NX. Because of course software sells hardware. If this new Mario Kart isn't really up to snuff, I think that will be a crucial point in people really being interested in this new device. But when you look at, I think, track creation, missions, there's a number of things, right? I mean, new characters on the original, as well as some of the original characters. You can take out a lot of the. I think they had Baby Mario and stuff like that. I think you can remove that and bring in some.
They'll probably keep giving the babies, but like,
come on.
But like, just add, like you can just make a big roster out of it, and it won't really harm much.
Right.
Because like there's no reason to for why they held back on the roster so much. My only guess is the budget either went to the graphics, or this game either didn't have much of a budget, or it was rushed.
Yeah.
Because this is surprisingly
lackluster.
Lackluster for a Mario Kart game. Still good, still a pretty damn good one, but still lackluster.
Right. So future Mario Kart, of course, they need a lot to do. They need to work on a lot. I think we really do when it comes to the future of kart racers. We want to see a new Sonic, and Sega's president did say they want to keep on making Sonic a mascot for the company. I want to hope that means that we see a Sonic Transform 3 in the future. I really hope that we either
could be a possibility.
Either next generation consoles or the end of this generation of consoles, we get a new Transform.
Sega's just trying to in the process of fixing Sonic right now.
Right.
Because this is the year of his 25th anniversary. I haven't told you this news, but Sonic's 25th anniversary game, it got delayed to next year. So they're really focusing on trying to make sure that game is good, and that's what we're all hoping. My expectations aren't high because the last actual Sonic game was Sonic Lost World, and I didn't really like Lost World, and I'm hoping it's not, and I hope it doesn't continue. They're
right.
They're not Nintendo, and they don't continue from a formula nobody asked for.
Exactly.
So if it's Lost World again, I'm gonna be iffy. I think Lost World is bad. I don't like Lost World as a whole.
Right.
But if it's Lost World again, but even a little bit better than Lost World, it's
Right.
I do not want.
The Sonic brand needs to restructure.
They are.
It's weird because now Sega is in this spot, or Transform specifically is in the spot where they've made such a good game. I hope that we don't see, like we see with the Sonic platformers right now, where they just completely shift from what they already had that was solid. We don't want, because they did a really good job.
They keep trying new things.
They did a good job with Transformed. If they make us a 3 or a new kart racer, I hope they keep all the elements that were good. But again, like you've told me multiple times about Sonic, they like to just experiment and shift everything up, and that will, I really don't think that's a good idea. But then again, where else do you go with this? Where else do you go with the transforming? I think that maybe that they go with something. If they do go with something new, it has to be better, like somehow better than what we've seen before.
I guess the mindset is they don't want it to be the same old thing. So why would I buy this when I already played it last year?
Yeah, Madden.
So it's
FIFA. Yeah, Madden. Why not? Yeah.
They just want to keep trying new things, and that can be good, but also that can be bad. It's experimental, can either go one or two ways, hit or miss.
Right. Another game that I'm really surprised. So of course at E3, Crash is getting remastered 1, 2, 3. some people, I know that they weren't going to do this, but I wish that Crash Team Racing was included. Of course, that was the 4th Crash installment from Naughty Dog, and it's not going to be in that remaster.
Crash Nitro Kart was pretty good.
I still don't think it's as good as Crash Team Racing. I don't know. Maybe it's my blinding nostalgia of only playing Crash Team Racing and not Mario Kart for probably 5 or 7 years.
It was alright, but what if I told you Crash Team Racing wasn't that great? It was okay kart racer, but like it wasn't really that special to me. It was a pretty good game. But
did Mario Kart 64 have a? I don't think Mario Kart 64 even had a story mode, right? Like there was no sort of story.
There was no story mode. It was like I found some like the battle mode and like the tracks a little bit more interesting.
It was just battle mode and racing, right? Yeah. So I think that
it was like one of the first karts racing with the story mode. That was pretty cool.
Gotcha. I think CTR did a lot to. I think CTR moved the needle. Added campaign. Of course, battle mode and racing were very much copy and paste or sort of unique.
Like it was, they were like it was fun. Well, to be honest, Mario Kart 64 wasn't that great either. But kart races back then wasn't. Yeah.
I mean, they were both playing with the idea of a 3D. Where like this was the first generation where it's
getting out of mode
3D
7
world and just that mind blowing idea of going into a 3D setting and setting it up. So of course there would be a lot of errors, but I think that overall, that game is better than 64 because it offers a little more.
I can see, I can see
but I don't think. But there's no way that it's better than, like. I think Diddy Kong Racing does things that Crash Team Racing doesn't do, and I think that those two are very competitive. If you look at them side to side.
I played Diddy Kong Racing recently, like
The frame rate is off, isn't it? Isn't the frame rate a problem, or is that only?
Oh, that was a problem too. But like, I was talking about like in terms of gameplay. Diddy Kong Racing also did have a story as well.
Okay.
It was it was cool. I honestly had more interest in like the stages from Mario Kart 64 and Crash Team.
Right.
They more interesting, and like there was Diddy Kong Racing is a fun game. It's like I like Mario Kart 64 a little bit more better.
Right. So split the difference, get Crash Team Racing, guys. But I'm surprised that didn't get a remaster. Maybe it will, but I doubt that they're gonna do anything Crash in terms of karting. Anyway. That'd be really weird.
There's a Crash Nitro Kart too.
I don't care.
Why?
I don't. I just no.
Well, no,
Activision can take.
It's on mobile.
No. Another game. There's like so many games that I'm surprised. When you look at the future, right? I'm so surprised that PlayStation, with their 40 million units sold, hasn't made a Mod Nation Racers 2. Because that game, of course, didn't sell well because it was.
It's called Little Big Planet Karting.
No, we don't mention that. Even though people apparently love it. I hate it. It was so weird.
Explain what you hate about Little Big Planet Karting. I didn't like it either. But like it.
So what was great about My Nation Race was that the sandbox. The sandbox was natural, and it was like, okay, these are people in a sandbox. Okay, your ringtone. These are people in a sandbox world, and whatever. What they decided to do with Little Big Planet is...
it's all notifications for Jetpack Joyride.
Jesus Christ.
Go ahead.
What they decided to do with... I haven't played that game in a while. Holy crap. Like,
I remember it's still one of my favorite mobile games.
Oh, no, it's great.
It's like kills time for me all the time.
Yeah, I think that, it's really cool.
Welcome to the Jet...
but
the Jetpack
Joyride podcast. But no, going back, I think that what was I talking about? Jesus Christ! No, My Nation Racers, like compared to Little Big Planet tried to force every bit of Little Big Planet. Like, oh, here's their mascot. Let's put a bunch of mascot stuff. Let's come on. We can do karting in this thing, and like it took all the good elements that were so creative about My Nation Racers and replaced it with. Let's put some stuff that looks like Little Big Planet in it. And if you're a Little Big Planet fan, I guess that works.
It looks cool. Like, this is the first time you're seeing a Little Big Planet world in 3D.
I guess.
It looks okay.
It looked okay. I remember we played that.
Have you seen have you looked online and seen some of the tracks?
Yeah,
I seen like one based on Sonic, and that looks cool.
Right.
Because the thing about Little Big Planet is, had some options, some stuff you could do that Mod Nation Racers couldn't do. But the thing about that is they could have just made Mod Nation Racers 2 and just add those in instead.
Right.
So it's like, you know, you could could have been more creative.
No, I think that Mod Nation Racers 2, how creative, so it had a campaign that actually had some fun little characters that you followed throughout the story, and you're a kid just trying to, win races. It was simple, it was easy, it wasn't insane. You just played the campaign and that was it, right? And that was all. I think that was a pretty cool...
Wait, didn't we had a sequel?
What?
It was on the Vita.
It was on the Vita. That was a side thing. That was Mod Nation. I think of Vita games as a side quest because even Uncharted Uncharted's PS Vita game, they don't really mention it. It's not really a part of the story. They don't really care about it much. There are little callbacks to it, but it's not. It wasn't in the pack of games. Killzone didn't really get mentioned.
You should have added in the PS4 Uncharted collection.
Yeah, but they didn't. But when you look at Mod Nation Racers, I think that there was so much potential, right? Because what they brought to the table with Mod Nation Racers was this huge sandbox of create your own thing and grow your fan base and community, and there's not really anything that's bad about that, and there's nothing really anything that's revolutionary about that. It's just create your own thing, go from there, and they did a really good job with it. One of the so many options, so many creation. I don't.
Yeah. They're you can add hills. It's just not even just the stages. You can do a lot of things to your carts and characters. It was just create your own racing game, period. Of course there was there was a lot of stuff that could have been added that were added in the Little Big Planet, but still there was enough to
keep you very interested.
Yeah. And the thing I like about Mod Nation Racers is the focus wasn't you can just create everything. The mechanic as a whole were still pretty dang on good. Yeah. It was still something new to me. The fact that you have to
you have to turn and boost.
Your low. You have a gauge, and it's your turbo. You can either use that two ways. You can either shield yourself, or you can use it as a boost.
Right.
And I like that. And then you got the items where you can use that item right now, but if you hold on to it, you're gonna get you can level it up, and you can get if you go past 9 item boxes 3 times, you get the max of that item, which is
so yeah,
which will hits will be
much more destructive than any other item.
Yeah,
I think that Mod Nation Racers it blew my mind when it came to gameplay. It blew my mind when it came to creation. I just don't understand why there's no sequel in the works. Why there hasn't been any word on a sequel. PlayStation 4 once again has 40 million units sold, and they still are well. There are enough people to go out and buy at least 1 million of them, 2 million of them, 5 million of them, and they're just there aren't many exclusives out on PlayStation right now, and it's we're not really interested. So the future looks like it has potential. When you look at what could come out within the next 3 or 4 years by 2020, right? We could see a new Sonic transform game. We could see a new Mario Kart. A new Mario Kart. Obviously, we're gonna see. I would like to see a new Mod Nation. Sorry,
I just felt like doing that.
Mark is peeing in a corner. But a new Mod Nation, and I think that just those 3 games alone would be really good to have in a lineup of just new kart racers that could offer some very new experiences, while also being great games in the past as well. Those games really blew our minds 5 years ago, within the past 5 years. Because the Mod Nation came out in 2010, Transform came out in 2012, and Mario Kart in 2014. So yeah, the past 5 years, these games have been really good. Next 4 years, I'd love to see something like that come back. I'd like to see and also some new karting games. The fact that we're not really at that peak anymore of kart racers is good, because we had a flood of them, and they were crazy, and they were odd. So,
we still don't have, much karting, right? As of right now, we don't have much kart racers around.
Come on, Xbox, do something with your characters. You got it. You have enough characters to do it. Now it's your turn.
They got nuts and bolts. That's not really karting. They were willing to do a Banjo X Racing, but that turned into nuts and bolts.
Right.
It's weird. Has Lego made a karting game? Because it seemed like that would be like. That seemed like I'm telling you this idea, but like it seemed like something that should have already existed, right?
Right.
Yeah, like I'm surprised Lego hasn't made a karting game, Lego Karting.
Right.
That can work.
Wait, Lego hasn't made a karting game? Oh yeah, they made like a PC kind of thing, but nothing.
That's
Lego
I'm talking about Travis.
No, they did. Lego Racers back on the PS1. I think.
I'm talking about Travis Tales though.
Oh, okay.
Travis Tales Lego is like a whole different brand of Lego now.
Okay.
Yeah, if you compared to the older Lego games, when Traveler's Tales took that Lego license.
Are you talking about the Star Wars and Batman?
Star Wars, all that stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Those
guys have done a very good job with it.
They just they always do a fantastic job with with the Legos, but I'm surprised that doesn't exist yet. We don't have much. Yeah, I think there hasn't even been a new karting game announced.
There hasn't been a new karting game announced since 8 overall.
As far as we know.
As far as we know. I still think that there's, like I said, those 3 are the most likely that will happen. I think that we might see something out of the blue that might just blow our minds.
We'll for sure see a Mario Kart 9.
Yeah, the 3 that will most likely happen by 2020 are Mario Kart 9, a Transform 3, because if Sonic is actually if Sega is saying that Sonic is supposed to be this mind-blowing
I think
character.
the game sold well. So
I think that Transformed is going to be there because they networked it so far out. And I think that
because they won a lot of press on it. They put Jenica Patrick in there even though she wasn't.
That was weird. And then you had and I think that Mod Nation is coming back. I think that some sort of Sony karting game will happen because it's too popular. Oddly enough, Little Big Planet is kind of gone now. You don't see Little Big Planet like they lost their popularity. That was I think
it's because of 3.
Yeah, well, 3 kind of blew it out.
Because they didn't do anything with 3 and
what do you mean? You can play as Bird and Bear and.
I'll get the game one day.
You can play as Bird and Bear. It was crossplay to Vita.
The problem with 3 was.
Didn't it come out like?
It came out around the same time as Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah, that was it. The holiday 2014 games were like it was like Smash Brothers versus like.
No, because even with that, even like with people who don't have a Wii U, like their focus is still going to be on platform fans. They're still going to be focused on. So look at Smash Brothers. And that's gonna get lost in the press and everything. Like people aren't gonna really care about Little Big Planet, and Sony didn't press on it themselves either.
Yeah,
it was just there when it came out. It was just there.
It's the same thing that they did with Ratchet and Clank, and I was really disappointed in them. They didn't network it. They didn't network Ratchet and Clank either, and it's the Ratchet and Clank still sold 1 million copies, so I'm glad about that. But
I'm glad
they didn't network it. Let's go.
There's an app. For Sackboy Run.
Guys, if you enjoyed that, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for more content. I'm Brian Swan. Find me at athemocracy on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter.
And I'm K9 Biscuits. You can find me at YouTube/K9 Biscuits.
And the dumpster. And guys, thanks. I'm sorry. All right. And of course, I think you're on Facebook too.
But no, I'm not on Facebook. Okay. Well, it's just me.
All right. Cool.
I don't have a Facebook page. I just have Blasting Turtles page.
Okay.
That's where I post all the stuff.
Cool. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more.
Logging out, everybody.